Alright, so Natalie texted me once saying something to the effect not to say that she pays attention to me because then it seems like I'm just entertainment. That shows her frame of mind. She was just entertainment to so many people. Nothing more. When it all comes down to it, Natalie was a terrible person. Like most of you, she wanted to assume the worst and punish without finding out the truth. The truth didn't matter. Her family went out of their way to make sure the truth was not known, to play victim, as if they had done nothing wrong to her, nothing wrong to me. I'm in Sheridan, Wyoming. Every person in my life who pretended to give a shit is proven that they don't. I was just entertainment. I was the guy who made them laugh, made them smile, helped them out when they needed it. But when I needed help, none of them would. They gave me pretty words. And it's fine. This Brooke Freeman woman, I'm gonna touch base with you on her for a little bit. She, typed pretty words at me. But also, she showed me that I'm nothing more than entertainment to her. The things that she said that she would do, she did not. The things that she said she would not do, she did. Much like Natalie. For example, she said she would never block me. Sure enough, she did. Another example. She said I could call any time, and she'd listen. She actually never did, not even once. I needed somebody in my corner. That means somebody, number one, who's willing to listen, but not somebody who just wants to hear the fucking story. I need help to clear my name. See, that's the thing. When Natalie died, all the shit that I had gone through for the whole year before was because they lied outright, and I had no opportunity or chance to defend myself. I tried to do everything right. I tried to do everything legally, the legal way. Her family did not, yet they play victims like they had done everything legally. They didn't. They conspired to prevent me from having an honest day in court. Now, why is it that the police would be so willing to help out criminals? Well, first of all, because they themselves are criminals with something to hide. That's why suppression of evidence is so important. That's why I'm so pissed off. You guys could do something, but you won't. I'm just entertainment to you. And most of you, I'm not even that. You got bored. You got pissed off because you heard me scream a time too many. That's because you did nothing a time too many. Or a couple 100 times too many, Brooke Freeman. Meanwhile, you want to pretend like I'm the bad guy because you couldn't keep your word. Your word to listen. And then you want to play like having strange men on your Facebook commenting on your stuff. What did I say that was so wrong? What did I say that was aggressive? I didn't say I was going to rape you. I didn't say I was going to cut off your head. I said, hey, check your messages. If you're in a relationship where you have to hide this from your man, you're not in a fucking relationship, you're property, dumbass. Don't be a stupid cunt. If you're gonna be a stupid cunt, I'm gonna call you a stupid cunt. If you're gonna do things to harm another human being, then you are a stupid cunt, Brooke Freeman. I won't hide from that. I'm not gonna hide from you being a stupid cunt. I was just entertainment to you. Nothing more. Proof enough by the posts on your Facebook about you being interested in what? Murder mysteries. That's what you care about. Entertainment. You could have done something. You could have done the right thing. See, well, there's all these people all up in arms hating me because they were lied to. Treating me like shit because they were lied to. Lying to the police because of a picture that I was painted of. You could have done something about it. Instead, what did you do? You lied to me for a whole year. For a whole year, you did nothing while pretending to care. You're a disgusting excuse for a human being, Brooke Freeman. If there is a such thing as a God, you will die a horrible, painful death, but it won't be at my hands. You're not the only one, though, Brooke. Natalie died a horrible death. A painful death. A death of shame and despair at the hands of her own family and Joseph Lopez. When you people die, it won't be at my hands. It was your decision to do these things to an innocent man. It was your decision to lie. And then when I asked you to fulfill your end of the bargain, you played victim. As if I had harmed you, Brooke Freeman. You don't have cancer, you're a liar. What you're interested in is entertainment. And when your man hacks you to little bits and pieces, I will not mourn your loss as I mourn Natalie's. Do you know why? Because Natalie herself was only entertainment to these people. They played with her head until she was dead. Same thing they did to me. All of you could make a difference, but you're cowards. I can't do anything. Bullshit. You won't do anything because you're a coward. Just like Candace. She's a coward. She could have stood forward when it made a difference to make this world a better place. But none of these people would coordinate with each other. She didn't want to find out what was going on. She could have talked to Miss Peaches. All of you could have taken the opportunity to find out from Miss Peaches what was going on, but did you? Of course you didn't. It was more entertaining for you to watch an innocent man be punished for things that he did not do. It wasn't just Natalie's death that I was accused of. Natalie didn't accuse me of killing her, though. She didn't accuse me of raping her. She didn't accuse me of molesting her or even touching her inappropriately. Who was it in Virginia that called me a stalker? Who was it in Virginia who claimed that I had threatened their family? See, that's the difference between being a man and being a woman. A man can be tried and convicted by the public, punished without a day in court, based on a woman's opinion. A man is prevented from showing facts, from showing evidence, because it is assumed that he is guilty. These people who did me wrong, they wanted to whine at me. You made me cry! Meanwhile, it doesn't bother them at all that I cried on countless nights over the things that they said and did to me. But I'm a man, so I'm a pussy for crying, right? I'm a terrible person for crying, right? When I love you, I can't turn it off, but it's not an I'm in love with you. If I can't have you, nobody can. That's your sickness to believe that. To push that on me, to force that in the media and to the police. Meanwhile, people like this Brooke Freeman want to play victim like they did no wrong. Meanwhile, I have screenshots, but no place to show it. I was trying to learn how to make web pages so I could show everything that's going on. All of the stuff that I was paranoid of is because I understand by people's behaviors what it is that they're going to do. What it is that they think based on their actions. However, I needed to believe that somebody was willing to help. I needed to believe that I must be wrong about one of these people, because if I'm wrong, it means they'll actually help. The fact is, I hate being right more than I hate being wrong. I admit my wrongs. These people were all allowed to abuse me while the police turned a blind eye. And then the police took part in abusing me, and these people turned a blind eye. They gave me pretty words. I'm so sorry. If you need someone to talk to. Sure. And then there's the ability to talk to them. Do I have that ability? I do not. Before I can start calling up lawyers and all this, that, and the other, I need to come up with money that I don't have. I need to come up with an address that I don't have. I have to find an abusive environment that's not so abusive that I'm stuck in a constant state of panic, being abused for that state of panic. My father has always done that. He treats me like shit, abuses the fuck out of me, and then treats me like I'm the bad guy for him abusing me, for how I react to that abuse, for the fact that he has never once taken the time to actually listen to understand. He listens so that he can twist things up to treat me like shit, treat me like I'm wrong, because to him, being right is the ultimate victory, and winning is more important than family. Then again, he has a subservient wife who does the washing and does the cleaning and does the cooking, does all these things that a good wife is supposed to do. She takes his side because he is the husband, without caring or finding out if she's right or wrong, if he's right or wrong, or if I'm right or wrong. Diane never once took the time to find out what was going on up there. She did take the time on several occasions to trash talk my dad. Imagine that. This subservient woman telling me that my dad is bullheaded. I knew this. This subservient woman telling me, you know, when your dad thinks that he's right, there's really nothing you can do about it. That's not true. I can leave. See, his idea that he was right cost me dearly, but he didn't care what it cost me. He didn't care that I needed to do things in a particular order for a particular reason. Getting a Jeep was secondary. I needed to make sure that I had an income first. And he wanted to pretend like he tried to get me to go every single day to this place. No, he hounded me repeatedly to call these places, and I was calling these places. Getting nowhere, getting nothing. Having 0 people call me back. Meanwhile, I'm asking him to go down there with me, and he will not. Sean, you gotta understand, I only have 1 day off. That's what he said to me there. But then he knew that I was recording him when we were speaking, and he says, well, I was trying to get you to go every single day. No. No, Dad, you weren't. You were assuming that I was doing nothing. Shaming me for your assumptions. And I shame you for the things that you did. I shame you for your assumptions. Dad, you're a monster. You're also a coward. In every sense of the word. When I was younger, I let you beat on me. I'm not 15 anymore. And you're too weak to take me anyway. You got heart problems, so, I'm supposed to take your abuse because of this. Meanwhile, I have heart issues of my own. But I have to take your abuse while you scream at me for an hour about things that you know nothing about. When I was talking to Mandy, who was actually trying to help me, you wanted to knock on the door. Treat me like shit. I told you not to make videos! Alright, Dad. I make those videos to beg for help because I need it. And obviously you're not going to help the way that I need. But, much like with Lana and Amanda, you're not there to see it. You're not there to help. You're not there to take a look at it. You just assume that I am wrong. So I'm stranded here, blizzard country. The roads are closed. I don't know how long they'll be stuck for, but it seems to me the weather is approaching this direction. The roads are already closed. The weather front is huge, so I might be stuck here a few more days. Spending more money that needs to get me somewhere safe. Meanwhile, I have none. People want to be mean. When they don't get what they want, they throw their shitty assumptions at me, like Dan Fabric did. Christine, those weren't assumptions that she was throwing at me. And Brooke Freeman, those weren't assumptions that she was throwing at me. Those were painted pictures to protect themselves from their own wrongdoing. See, much like Natalie, Christine can't stay off the heroin. She also can't stay off the meth. She's addicted to both. Now she has an apartment. She doesn't want to lose it. The problem is, just like most of the people that I know, that the only thing that keeps them from overdosing is the fact that they're homeless. Why is it that homelessness prevents them from overdosing? It's because they don't have a place to do it. They have to find a place. Just like trying to use a bathroom. If there's no bathroom at night, you gotta go pee in the bushes and hope the cops don't catch you. But if you're shooting up methamphetamines, you're a lot more paranoid than that. Meanwhile, if you're a college student and you whip it out and pee in public, you get a urinating in public ticket. But if you're a homeless person who whips it out and uses the bathroom, because nobody will let you use their bathroom because you're homeless. You paid your money to go down to the local Conoco so that you could use their bathroom. And they tell you you can't use the bathroom unless you purchase something. So you purchase something, and then they tell you the bathroom is closed. The world doesn't change until you make it change, and I'm doing my best. I'm doing my best with nothing. Do I mean literally nothing? Well, what I'm working with now is actually worse than nothing. It's because it costs me more. Destroys my credit. Every time I'm not able to pay my insurance on a vehicle, my insurance goes up for the next policy. Meanwhile, a lot of these policies, a lot of these changes were not from choices that I made. Now this one, accepting this Jeep, I was trying to explain to my dad that money would be better served getting my medical records. He's like, I'm not giving you money. I don't have $5,000 to hire you a lawyer. Dad, maybe you should stop making baseless assumptions long enough to listen. Stop interrupting me mid-sentence with shit like that. Stop saying the same thing over and over again based off of your shitty assumptions and find out why your assumptions are wrong. But no, most of you have your assumptions set in stone. I want to believe that Christine can get clean, but I know now that she will not. Because she has a place to overdose. People with drugs are going to want to go to her house. They're going to want to give her drugs for free so that they have a place to shoot up. They're going to give her meth and heroin, whereas before she had to make a choice between the two. When I tried to kill myself back in January of last year, it was on uppers and downers. Caffeine pills, 2 bottles worth of 200 milligram caplets, and 32 sleeping pills. It should have killed me. Matter of fact, the nurse wanted to know where I learned how to do that because I did it right. The only thing I didn't do right is chicken out because I believe that, well, because of Miss Shelley and the things that she had to say, I needed to stay alive just in case they needed me to speak out against the killer. I needed to stay alive so that I could keep her and her children safe from Ted. By her words. So then they played victim. And they're allowed. While I had actual threats against my life, these people like Jennifer Farina Bollinger want to play like her life was threatened. I'm taking away my memories from your group because of the threats against my life. Really, Jennifer Farina Bollinger, you too are a monster playing victim. Natalie was a victim of your brother. Brothers, I should say. What's your other brother's name? Troy? Just so you know, Troy fucked Natalie too. Alicia knows this. Either she's too afraid to come forward, or she's too afraid of the truth. By all of these people's admissions, with the exception of my dad, from Danica to Alicia to Natalie to Maddie to Christine, I have proof of all of them being addicted to drugs and the terrible things that they have done to others because of their addictions. Just because I love you doesn't mean that I deserve the punishment for your addictions. I am not entertainment. I am a human being. It doesn't matter if you're addicted to heroin, meth, or power. You are addicted. And people who are addicted don't care about anyone but themselves. I care about all these pieces of shit. Is that because I'm stupid? No, it's because I'm loyal like a dog. But even a dog will growl at someone you like if that person intends you harm. Even that dog will try to pull you away from harm. Even that dog will bark at you if you're walking into harm's way, and that dog knows it. And when you abuse that dog and it runs away until you call it back. Loyalty above all else except honor. The honorable thing to do is to keep Candace and her children safe. The honorable thing is to keep Alicia safe. Shelley safe. Danica safe. Even Brooke Freeman. These are all cowards. Too cowardly to tell the truth. The truth that'll set them free. The truth that will set me free. The truth that will keep them safe.